would so rather play a Rothy Basin, dude. I'm not gonna lie. What up, Vaughn? Saw your video on gym. Any tips on good potential snacks and meals? Plus, how many times you recommend working out a week on a bulk? Well, I work out every day. I think the fear of overtraining is often such a good question. A lot of people think they're overtraining, but it's really hard to overtrain if you're recovering properly, right? So I would recommend, if you can, work out 5 or 6 days a week. Don't plan your rest day. Don't be like, I'm gonna rest on Tuesday. Rest when your body tells you to, because there should be days where you wake up and you're like, oh my god, I'm fucking cooked. Rest that day. And then make sure you're giving at least 48 hours between muscles. So like, don't hit chest and then hit chest the next day, right? I mean, that should be pretty obvious. So try to give 48 hours of recovery. And then meals, keep it fucking simple, bro. Keep it simple. Don't reinvent the wheel. If you're lucky, you can eat like a dog. And what I mean by that is eating the same thing. Okay. Imagine you have a dog that you love, right? How would you feed it? You would feed it healthy, scheduled, measured, controlled food. So treat yourself like a dog. So when I say eat like a dog, I don't mean just like eat whatever. I mean, figure out what you can kind of tolerate every day and just, like, I eat the same shit every day. So for example, morning, eggs, oatmeal, and lately I've been doing hash browns, but I used to do potatoes, right? Boom, go work out. Protein shake immediately after working out, that's 50 grams. So if we eat 5 eggs plus the protein shake, we're already at like 80 grams of protein. More like 90 low-key, by our second meal, right? Then some sort of chicken, rice, vegetable, then some sort of beef, right? Maybe beef with, again, potatoes, always S tier, maybe beans. I just keep shit simple, dude. Lean meat, some sort of vegetable, some sort of carb. And then, if you really want the meta, drink egg whites. Bob Evans egg whites. They're like $7 for a container. You can just chug it. It tastes like nothing. It's the easiest protein you'll ever eat in your life, bro. I go to the gym at least 5 times a week, usually 6. How can I get a healthy body while I have eating disorder, depression? Sorry, being overwhelmed, and now I'm 24 years old. I mean, I feel you with the depression. Go watch my video that I made, best tips about whatever. Use that depression to fuel you. Don't make your depression an excuse to be lazy. Please don't take that as me being unempathetic, but no one's coming to save you, bro. You have to claw your way out of depression. And the only way to do that is with action. So it's like being in prison. Like, how do you get through prison? You go one day at a time, and if you can't do a day, you do an hour. And if you can't do an hour, you do a minute. And if you can't do a minute, do a second. So, like, you know, maybe don't try to fix all your problems at once. Just do the best, put your best foot forward, you know? And it starts there. A lot of these questions are good questions, don't get me wrong. Again, I'm a full-time personal trainer, and I think a lot of people know the answer. You're just looking for a simple, you're looking for a shortcut, you're looking for a cheat code. The biggest cheat code is just acknowledge there's no cheat code. Do the work. Be patient. Unfortunately, that's what it is. The cool thing about being jacked is you're jacked all day. When you're jacked 24/7. The problem is, you have to do it 24/7. Right? 5 whole eggs. Yeah, I mean, if you can't do 5, do 4. If you can't do 4, do 3. If you can't do 2, do 1. If you can't do 1, I mean, you can eat an egg. What up, Panda? We're back, brother. Hey, started playing Turtle WoW, but I really hate the mob's health bars. How do I customize them? I don't know. sure there's an add-on for it. I mean, bro, you're talking. I'm in school full time too. You know, it is what it is. I eat my eggs in the car sometimes. I literally eat eggs while I walk into, you know, in between my classes. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Sounds corny, but it just comes down to how bad do you want it. If you don't want it, that's fine. But if you want it, you're gonna do whatever it takes. And sometimes eating rice cakes and hard-boiled eggs in your car at 2 a.m. is what it takes. I'll be honest. Damn, I just booted up my stream and we're already getting into the real shit. I hate saying I can't. You know what I mean? You ever hear a grown man say I can't? I do these free we do fitness assessments at my job, right? And there's nothing that makes me sadder than when a grown man says I can't. You know, Richard, they call me Richard. Richard, you're telling me I gotta eat 200 grams of protein, but I can't. And I go, what do you mean you can't? You can't? Oh, I can't eat breakfast in the morning. What do you mean you can't eat breakfast in the morning? I can't. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's you can. You just don't want to, and that's fine. But you know, what's that old saying? Being skinny tastes better than any snack or whatever. I have so many stories about this, bro. Anyway, I could harp on that for a while. Just be careful when you say I can't. You have to be really careful, because you're basically lying. A lot of times you're lying to yourself. You're just trying to like give yourself an out, so you don't feel bad. But if you don't want it, acknowledge it. I don't want to eat breakfast. I don't want big arms. You know? I don't want big shoulders. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't say you can't, because you can. You don't want to eat hard-boiled eggs in your car. And I don't blame you, it fucking sucks. It's so worth it. Oh man, God, so many questions, bro. I appreciate you guys. Egg whites honestly might be the move. I've been consistent in the gym the past 5 or 6 months with 149. Look up Bob Evans egg whites in particular. They're made to be put in shakes. They're double pasteurized, which means like all the fear of salmonella and all that bullshit goes out the window. And they're made to be blended up and put in shakes. So they're so easy to drink, dude. I promise you. Whenever I have girls over, I've made like 20 girls drink egg whites just because I think it's fucking hilarious. And every single time they're surprised how easy it is. But it has to be Bob Evans. They're meta, bro. Been consistent. I was 140 on 160. Been working out 3 times a week, and my abs are starting to fade. I mean, as a natty, it's really hard to be lean and big. That's kind of the curse, right? I always recommend, unless you're like preparing for a bodybuilding show or something, get as big as you can. Don't dirty bulk, but like put on as much lean muscle as possible and then cut. You're basically increasing, you know, your potential. Abs are cool, but filling out your t-shirts is probably going to get you more attention if you're working out for girls. Unless you're going to the beach every day. You know, by the time chicks see your abs, you're already kind of in. So I'd recommend filling out your t-shirts first. So like I bulked up to 215 was my heaviest, and then I cut down. Right now I'm like 180. and I have nice abs. I got some decent definition, and I just feel really healthy. But I'm happy that I bulked up to 215 because that allowed me to kind of keep, you know, the mass. Did my bench and my squat go down? Sure, but like, who gives a fuck? I'm not a power lifter, right? It's all about what you want, bro. That's the hard part. The hard part is deciding, like, oh, I want to look lean, or I want to be strong. I want to have big arms. I want to fill out my sleeve. Like, the hard part is figuring out what you want. Can't have it all. Sorry. Unless you're putting a needle in your butt. You can pick a couple things. You want to be lean and aesthetic. You want to be big and strong. You want to be, you know, you just gotta pick what you want. Social media and unrealistic standards have like poisoned people. Everybody thinks that they can be 225 lean, but again, unless you're putting that needle in your butt, you're probably gonna have to be about 180. Alright! Hey! That's awesome. What a great way to start the stream. Thank you, Le Man. Appreciate that. Went out of the gate hot, guys. I just sat down. We're getting about talking about real shit. Thank you very much, Manguel, though. I appreciate it. Reflask, good looking. Thank you, brother. I stopped reaching out until I graduate. Yeah, you can't, I mean, I'm not the best with this, but I personally made the decision that I gave up on love until I'm making enough money to support people. I don't want a wife when I'm making 40K a year. I think that's just pragmatic. Be the best version of yourself, and then look for a wife. Doesn't mean you can't have fun though. Viewer from Sweden here. I just want to say that I got hooked to your 500 kill videos. I've been loving the content. Appreciate you, brother. Greetings from the United States. Sweden, you have the most beautiful women in the world, in my opinion. I'm very jealous of you, man. I hope to visit Sweden one day to look at all the land's natural beauty. Yeah, and we are almost at 10K. I'm very excited. It's gonna be a sick milestone for sure. I plead the fifth, JP. If an 85-year-old lady wants to wife me up for a couple years, and then I inherit a couple million, so be it. I honor women. Me too, bro. Me too. Yeah, if you find a woman that is down to support you while you're building yourself up, good for you. And you should wife her up. I've just fallen for that a couple times. I'm a little bit jaded as far as that goes, personally. But let's not get too black pill. Let's keep the vibes good. A lot of people, I'm currently cutting, started at 221, now I'm 188. My goal was 170, but I was thinking I could stop at 179, then bulk. Yeah, if you want. In your particular situation, I would cut until I got abs, and then I would bulk. I would clean bulk. I'm not a fan of dirty bulking. I am not a fan of dirty bulking. I've dirty bulked before. I've been in the gym a very long time. I've seen people dirty bulk. To me, it's like, again, it's kind of like an excuse. It's way easier than clean bulk. Way easier than clean bulking, and it's a lot of fun. You get to eat whatever you want. Your bench goes up really fast. But eventually you have to cut it off, you know, anyway, and you develop some pretty bad habits, and it's not very healthy for you, so I would recommend cutting until you see your abs, then clean bulking as much as you can, because if you have good abs, you're probably around 10-12% body fat, so then clean bulk as much as you can until the abs start to fade, because you're probably going to be at like 16-17%, and then decide what you want to do from there. But A lot of this also depends how tall you are, right? Like, I'm like 5'11", 5'10", maybe. On Tinder, I'm 6 foot, right? But I'm probably like 5'11". So 180 on me looks way different than 180 on somebody who's like 6'4" or 5'6", right? So a lot of this, you know, you have to kind of you have to analyze yourself. You have to look at yourself and decide what's best for your frame and what you can handle, right? Some people can't handle eating 6 meals a day. That's fine. What's in the coffee mug? Coffee. 6'1", 180. That's a great size, dude. 6'1", 180. You're probably. I mean, if I was you, I would want to be 205 lean. If I was you, and if I was 6'1", 16% body fat, I would try to clean bulk and just get to around like 205, 13%. If you have access to a DEXA scan, like the gym I work at has a DEXA scan, and it literally tells you like your FM, your fat-free muscle mass. So it makes it very simple to just make sure that you're actually building lean muscle. What up, no poop? Or no pop? Thank you, man. I'm doing a lot better. Oh, what's that in centimeters? 170 something? 180 something? I thought you were abbreviating what's in the coffee mug. It's 180, 180... Notes. 180 centimeters. I thought you were saying what's, you know, anyway. I guess, I don't know. I'm definitely not the tallest guy. So you definitely can bulk at 15%. There's nothing wrong with that. But you definitely won't. I just feel like you won't be as aesthetic. I think it's really beneficial to get down to that 11, 12%. Get the abs showing, and then as you bulk, you can kind of. Yo, Mr. Cycle, thank you very much for the sub, guys. Thank you for the subs already, man. Jesus, gonna be at 10K before we know it. I don't know, dude. It really, is there a right or a wrong? No. If you want to bulk. If you want to keep cutting, keep cutting. My biggest thing is just don't dirty bulk. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Keep the striations, keep the definitions. You worked really hard for it. Don't be on the chocolate milk bulk to increase your bench. Serious question. Please read both messages. I have friends who are on tests. They coat max and bring up all this research about how it's not bad. One of them got absolutely yoked, pretty much my dream physique. The other started a few weeks ago. What are your thoughts on using it? I haven't done much research. I don't believe in shortcuts. And I like having big balls, to be totally honest with you. I like my hair, I like my nuts, and I just think it's unnecessary. I think bodybuilding is kind of cringe, to be totally honest. Like, if you're working out to get girls, that's great. But as soon as you start putting needles in your butt, you're kind of doing it to impress other dudes a lot of the time. And if you want to do that, great. But I like having long hair, big balls, and no acne, bro. Plus, I want to work out for my entire life. So when I'm 50, maybe I'll take some TRT, right? And I'll be really happy that I waited until 50 to do it. But it's a personal decision. I don't judge anybody that takes steroids. If you want to take steroids, take steroids. I just don't feel like it's necessary, and I'm just very happy I've never done it before. Anytime I get that little devil on my shoulder, it's like, oh, you'd get so big, it'd be so easy, it'd be so fun. I don't do it, and then 6 months go by, and I'm really happy that I didn't. You know? The problem with shortcuts is they take longer. Try to type in Joe, please, man, please. You gotta stop doing that, dude. Type in one sentence, man, not one word at a time. It really clogs the chat up, man. I'm begging you. Please. What's a dirty bulk? A dirty bulk is like eating whatever you want, just because it has high calories, right? What gain rate should you have per week on a lean bulk? As a natty, people are gonna hate this answer. But as a natty, if you're putting on 1 pound of lean muscle a month, you're doing really good. You're doing really good. And again, like, that sounds horrible, right? But think about it. That's 12 pounds a month. That's 36 pounds of lean, clean, healthy muscle tissue in 3 years. Right? One pound of muscle a month is fantastic. I would even say half a pound is fantastic. And again, a lot of that's for an advanced lifter. If you're a newbie, you can put on a lot faster, right? If you're starting at 120 pounds, you can put on more. But if you've been lifting for a couple months or years, a pound of muscle a month is fucking awesome. But a lot of people just don't have the patience for it, and that's why they're putting needles in their butt. But a patient man is always more wealthy than a rich one, because a patient man can afford to wait, bro. Wait, what's the rush? Be healthy. This is a lifestyle, man. What are your go-to meals right now? I do salmon and rice. I do eggs and potatoes. I do chicken, broccoli, and then I do just any sort of beef and a vegetable is really good, which I know is boring. And honestly, pork chops. Pork chops are meta. Pork gets a pretty bad rep, but if you get your pork from like a reputable butcher, the macros on pork chops are pretty good. There's not a lot of saturated fat. The protein's very high. They're tasty. You can drown that shit in A1. People sleep on pork chops, and they're just fucking cheap, bro. They're very inexpensive. Potatoes. Potatoes are probably your best carb per dollar ratio. And you can eat them with every meal if you want, if you're a savage. Yeah, pork is lean. Pork gets a pretty bad rep for some reason. I wouldn't eat pork every fucking meal, and I would obviously prefer a steak. But like, I can't be eating steak every single meal. But pork chops, dude, you can go to King Supers and get 10 pork chops for $10. Whole pork shoulder for 10. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. You just gotta be careful with, like, if you're just starting this shit, like you're just getting into it, right? Don't reinvent the whole system, okay? Little things, right? Replace your soda with diet soda. Don't drink whole fat milk. Drink 1% or even fat-free milk if you're a savage. Just those two changes alone, you'll notice a difference. Don't order French fries. Sorry. French fries are no bueno. If you switch to diet soda, you switch to low-fat milk, you never eat French fries, and you never eat chips, watch what happens. Don't change anything else. Just do those 4 things, and watch. Watch. Like, little tweaks like that is the key. It's just like driving, right? What do they teach you in driving school? A lot of small corrections is much safer than one big one. That's how you get in a car accident. You try to make a big, hasty, overzealous decision. No, slow it down. Small little tweaks. right? That's the key. Gauge, my current local gym is pretty limited and shitty old equipment, but it's cheap and barely busy. Another gym further down is way better equipment, but it's more expensive, worth the swap. I like that question. It depends on... Yes. You have to do a cost-benefit analysis, right? Is the extra money and time worth the benefits that I would get from the better equipment? I think you can get a kick-ass workout with just dumbbells, to be totally honest. If you have dumbbells, you can do a lot. You're gonna have to increase your exercise library, right? But like, if you gave me a rack of dumbbells from 20 pounds to 120 pounds, I could do most things I want to do. Granted, I would obviously love a lat pull down machine and a leg extension and a leg press and all that stuff, but like, I'll throw those fucking 120s on my shoulder and do goblet squats until my quads are on the floor. Think about prisoners, right? Prisoners are fucking jacked, and they don't have access to weights anymore. Weights became banned in prisons in like the early 2000s or something. And prisoners are fucking diced. Why? They used to be. They have to be. So where there's a will, there's a fucking way, you know what I mean? How long you been working out for? I mean, I took weightlifting in high school. When I was like 15, I took weightlifting. So if we're going by that, 13 years. But I started like taking it seriously during COVID. So five years of like really consistent. Not perfect. Like my diet, I wasn't the best with my diet until like 3 years ago, to be honest. But I have worked out 4 days a week, every single week since COVID. Except like, you know, once or twice being sick or something. Like, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but my consistency is disgusting. Everybody has their different strengths, right? It's kind of like a talent tree. Like when you spawn in on a character, some people are better at eating. Some people have longer muscle bellies. Some people played sports, so they have like a better foundation. Some people have better cardio, VO2 max. Like everybody has these different like starter stats, if you will. Honestly, my stats are pretty low, except my consistency. I go to the fucking gym. If I'm not feeling it, I go if I'm tired, I go if I'm not motivated, I go if I'm bored, I go if I forget my headphones, I go if I'm dating a girl that I think I'm gonna marry, I go if that girl fucking doesn't talk to me anymore. Like, I go to the fucking gym. That's my strength. Yeah. You ever had any bad gym memories? Nope. I've never injured myself, and I've never injured anybody that I've worked with. I leave my ego at the door. I have never injured myself, and I've never injured a client. Not one time. Joe, please, dude. You gotta stop typing like that, Joe. Please, I'm really begging you, man. I don't want to time you out, bro, but try to do one long thing. It really makes it hard for me to read the chat when you type like that. How much do you think this gets you Tinder girls? It's everything. When I was 130 pounds, when I was 140 pounds, I really struggled with girls. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did. I really struggled with girls. And then I got in relatively decent shape, and then all of a sudden, it got a lot easier. I'm really good with, like, girls that I don't care about. As soon as I actually catch feelings, I fumble. You know, the ones that I actually, like, and this has only happened once or twice, to be honest with you guys, but, like, as soon as I actually, like, okay, maybe this is the real deal, I fuck up. But when it's just a fun, you know, when it's just a fun, casual thing, I do just fine. I have a shoulder injury, torn labrums, and I was thinking more machines that give stability would benefit. Okay, so shoulders, I'm hesitant to give you an advice. The PT in me wants to basically err on the side of caution. Anytime your shoulders or your knees are involved, the hair on the back of my neck stands up. So I'm actually going to plead the fifth and not give you any advice because I'd have to work with you in person. But what I can tell you is, for the love of God, do not go heavy on any shoulder movement. You don't need it. You're not trying to be Brian Shaw. You're not trying to be a strongman. The easiest way to fuck your shit up is to go too heavy. So keep it nice and light. In my opinion, I would want you thinking of every single shoulder movement. So all your raises, all your presses, all your shoulder movements are weighted stretches. Go really, really light. Perfect range of motion. Super slow, eccentric, lowering it, right? Like, your form on shoulder shit needs to be crisp, textbook, safe, and for the love of God, not super heavy. Because that is the quickest way to snap your shit up. Jesus Christ, that guy was tanky. I've been having this mental debate. Is it beneficial to hit back and chest on the same day, or is it counterintuitive? Depends what the rest of your split is. That is what we in the business call an antagonist split. So, no, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, there's a lot of benefits, right? The benefits to an antagonist split is you can burn those muscles out a lot. So you could go extremely heavy on things like your bent over rows and your bench press and all that stuff. The bad part is, let's say you hit biceps the day before, your biceps are going to be sore, right? So your biceps work together with your back for all those pulling movements. So your rows, your pull downs, all that stuff might actually suffer. However, flip side of that, if your biceps are burnt out, you might not be able to go as heavy on your pull downs, but because your biceps are already gassed from the day before, that means your back is actually going to do more work. So while on paper you're not moving as much weight, you're actually probably getting better stimulation, right? Same thing with the triceps and the chest, right? If I did triceps the day before, my bench press might be lower, but that's okay because that means my chest will actually do more work, right? So it's not good or bad, it's pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? Upper lower is great. There's really no bad, as far as I'm concerned, there's no bad answer. Anybody who's trying to tell you this is the perfect way to work out is trying to sell you something. There's many ways to the top of the mountain, bro. There's many ways to the top of the mountain. I promise you that. I've done it all. I've done antagonist splits, I've done synergy splits, I've done 3 full bodies, I've done upper lower, I've done push-pull legs. I've done it all. And what works for me might not necessarily work for you, right? You gotta figure out what works for you. Thank you, Baritol. In my early days of lifting, I really focused on bench curls, and my chest and biceps are decently big, but my delts and triceps lag behind, but it looks weird. The good news is your delts and your triceps grow really quick. There's a lot of muscle fibers in your delts and your triceps. They grow fast. So once you make a couple tweaks and lock in, get that nice progressive overload cooking, they should catch up relatively quick. God, this turtle's rude, bro. Would you guys hate me if I just queued AB? I'm just not a fan of Interact Valley, bro. No fucking way. Hang on. Hey, it's Limbs! This is Grand Marshal. Now I can play the game. This dude was a 59 twink until a rank 14. And he's not even using the PvP gear. What's the point? Avion Hunter, that's different for sure. Any tips for growing shoulders? My shoulder's fucked when I'm able to do some shoulder stuff. Can't do anything overhead. Sorry, let me watch this guy get on. Oh. Oh! What is this game? Isolate your shoulders, right? Your shoulders have 3 heads. Anterior, lateral, posterior. A lot of people neglect this little guy right here. You can see it's very small. But you gotta train all 3 heads of it, right? So for your front, do your front raises. For your lateral, do your side raises. For your posterior, you can either do your reverse flies or your cable face pull. Hit all 3 heads. Treat your shoulder like it's 3 different muscles. That's my advice. I've been doing that for years and it works great. Gotta go to work? Yo, take it easy, JP. Good questions tonight though, guys. Holy fuck. I love talking about this shit. Admittedly, my job right now, I work with a lot of geriatric, I work with elderly people, which is great, but it's fun to talk about, you know, getting jacked. What's your height? Yeah, I'm 4'11". In your experience, what muscle groups, if you had to pick only 3, make you look the most jacked? Triceps, 2/3 of your arms. You gotta have big arms. Sorry, gotta have big arms. Shoulders. The wider we can make your shoulders, the smaller your waist looks. That's what gives you that V taper. Makes you look really good in t-shirts. I think if you have a small waist and broad shoulders, that's what chicks really like. Like, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Yeah, shoulders, triceps, and then I guess a cheat code would be legs, specifically the quads, right? The kind of like the top of your legs. Your quads are massive, big ass muscle group. So if you get big old quads, you can even have like small calves, bad hamstrings, weak glutes. But if you have big ass quads, people are gonna go, "Damn, that guy has nice legs." So if you have nice legs and a small waist, you're more aesthetic than 90% of the population. Big arms, small waist, nice legs, you're gonna do just fine on Tinder. I promise. Appreciate you, JP. I got a small waist, but problem is I hate legs, but I've been more consistent with it. Simplify your leg day is my advice. A lot of people overcomplicate legs, right? Heavy ass barbell squats, leg extensions, leg curls, standing calf raises, seated calf raises, and then something for your glutes. Hip thrusts, hip abductors, glute kickbacks, right? Get the hell out, go home, rest and grow. Don't overcomplicate legs. How long you been working out? Like I took weightlifting in high school when I was 15, but I didn't make any gains. I really didn't. But I learned proper form and I watched Pumping Iron a bunch. And I had a lot of fun. It was the only class I never skipped. Weightlifting was the only class I never skipped. I would skip a whole day at school to like play Mortal Kombat or Call of Duty, and I would still go to school to do weightlifting. So I learned like all the basics, but I didn't really make progress, to be honest. Then I went to college. Freshman year at college, I just partied a bunch. Met a lady friend, went through a little cute breakup. And then that summer, my freshman year summer, I locked the fuck in. And I locked the fuck in and really kind of figured out what worked and what didn't. Then I took a break again for a couple years, and then, like I was saying, COVID was when I got really consistent. I don't know what happened. Around COVID, you know, I was like 22, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna really lock in. And so I don't even really count those first like 6 years. I don't. I would say I've been working out consistently until what's the word I want to use? Intentionally for like 5 years. Have you spent most of your lifting journey? Yes, I have, Panda. I actually, funny story about that. I was pretty much on a perpetual bulk my whole life. I got up to like 215, and in November, I was at my buddy's birthday, and his sister and I were, this is fucked up, but like his sister and I were kind of flirting a little bit. And I don't hate on my boy's sisters, okay, but like it was just happening. And she, basically she was just like, you're too big. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you need to have, like, you have such a slutty little waist, but like you're too big. And something in my head just clicked, and I was like, okay, well, let's see if I have any pictures. I was like I was probably like 22% body fat, 215. All these pictures have my face in it. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but like that's me at my leanest. So I'm sitting about here now. That's like 185. And then at my heaviest, this is like 215. I don't really have any shirtless pictures from that time, TBH. So this is like 215. So definitely bigger. Definitely bigger. My bench was way more, but not nearly as cut. Yes. And Aminib, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. 100%. Corrective exercise is phenomenal for scoliosis, for osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, sarcopenia. Targeted corrective exercise is magic. It's a magic thing, bro. Absolutely. You'll never regret working out. You'll never regret a workout as long as you don't snap your shit up. You'll never be like, oh, I was better off when I wasn't working out, you know? Thoughts on calisthenics? Calisthenics are great. A lot of people can't do calisthenics. You'd be surprised how weak the average man is, unfortunately. So if you try to get even just your average Joe to do 5 pull-ups, it ain't happening. So you're not gonna get the stimulation you need to actually have physical adaptation, right? So it's more of, I would say calisthenics is for more of like advanced or desperate people. Again, like prisoners. Like if you genuinely just cannot afford to go to the gym, or you just can't get to the gym, you might be forced to do calisthenics. But if you can do calisthenics, you know, if you are able to bang out bodyweight dips and pull-ups and all that shit, then hell yeah, dude. You make hella gains. What up, Spartan? Welcome back, man. Good to see you, man. Yeah, so 15-16% is when the abs are gonna start popping. 12% is where you're gonna start really seeing like the 4-pack. And then sub 10%, sub 10%, that's where you get the 6-pack. It's just really hard. That's the plight of the natty lifter. It's really hard to be big and lean. You have to get really big first, and then you have to cut. Otherwise, you're just gonna be lean. And we've all seen those kids, right? The 135-pound kid with the 6-pack, and it's like, yeah, nice, dude, but that's really not aesthetic. You want to be big and lean. That's the goal. And natty. That's the goal. Big, lean, with good hair and big old testicles, bro. Be pinging here. Oh, that's why. That's why. Ow. Yes, you can still build muscle into your 30s. Oh my god, that breaks my heart that you asked that. Yes. Yes, you can. Eat clean, lift heavy, sleep 8 hours. Keep your wife happy. You'll build muscle, dude. I've helped many people in their 40s build lean muscle, even their 50s. I work with 80-year-old women who are building muscle. Social media has just convinced everybody they need to be on TRT and peptides and all this shit, bro. No, you don't. You need to get your 1 gram per pound of protein. You need to be in a caloric surplus. You need to have progressive overload on lifts that are proven to work. Not some weird bullshit trampoline thing. Your squats, your bench, your deadlifts, your pull-ups. You need to be going up every week. And you'll build muscle. It's science. That's okay, Jacob. Oh, a weak body can be dealt with. A weak mind is where you need to be, where you need to get scared. If your body's weak but your mind's strong, your body will catch up. If your mind's weak, then you got a problem. I think weighted calisthenics are fine. Fire, like also telling girls you can bang out however many pull-ups. Yeah, exactly. You'd be so surprised, bro. I'll be, you know, like people like to kind of test you when you're in shape, right? So if you're at like a bar or a party or something, people will be like, oh, I bet I can do more push-ups than you. And you'll be like, all right, bet. And A, they can't. B, their form sucks. And C, it's very humbling. It's very humbling when you're doing like a push-up or a pull-up contest with somebody and they're doing like little kip fucking half reps and you're doing full extension, nice, perfect form, slow, eccentric, and still doing more than them. Yeah, dude, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. What do you think is an ideal cut physique weight for a guy that's around 5'10", trying to decide to be a cut 175 or 185? I honestly don't know. Get as strong as you can, get as big as you can. When your lifts start plateauing and the diminishing returns get too much, then cut. That's what I would recommend. Depends how tall you are. Oh, you said 5'10". 5'10", 185 is a good size, assuming you're not like carrying too much body fat. You can look really good at 5'10", 185, 175. You could even be like 195 or 160. That's a good, you have like a lot of wiggle room at 5'10". I think if you're trying to get girls, again, if you want to get girls, You want a small waist, you want big arms, and you want broad shoulders. Everything else is just gravy. Yes, absolutely, Panda. 6'1", 205 is super possible. For sure. It's gonna take you a couple of years. Bulk up to like 225 and then cut. Try to get like 225, 22% body fat, and then drop down, right? Yeah, I agree, Baratel. It's an ego thing a lot of the time. A lot of people get obsessed with like, I have to move more weight. I have to move more weight. And if you want to be a good weight mover, sure, go for it. But like, I don't go to the gym to move a lot of weight. I don't go to the gym to look good. I go to the gym to look good naked later. You know what I'm saying? I go to the gym so like, when I'm talking to a girl, I'm excited to take my shirt off later with her. I feel like, you know, like when I was super, super skinny, I used to hate taking my shirt off. And that girls can like smell that insecurity on you. But if I'm itching for a reason to take my shirt off, you kind of already won. I sound like such a douche, guys. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound conceited or whatever. I really don't. But these are facts. What should you bulk up to? You're 5'10", 185. You want to cut to 180. So I'm going to assume you want to be around 12% at 180. I would bulk up for you about, again, 20 pounds higher. So like 205, 215-ish. It's hard for me to, you know, without like actually seeing you, but somewhere between 205, 215. You were on roids. I am not on roids. But thank you very much. That is the nicest compliment. You can't see it, but my hairline's pretty good, bro. My hairline's good. I got no acne, right? You can check out my back. Those are freckles. You know what I'm saying? If I was on steroids, I would tell you. I have no desire to do steroids. Zero. Girls' intuition's crazy. Confidence is just... Yeah, exactly. A lot of people, when it comes to getting girls, think... And I used to do this too. And again, I'm talking about getting laid. I'm not talking about finding your soulmate. If you want to find your soulmate, go talk to somebody else. Because I haven't figured that one out. I suck at that. But if you're just trying to get laid... it's not about how much you can bench. It's not about how, you know, big your chest is. You want to fill out your sleeves. You want to have a broad shoulder. And you want to be able to look people in the eye. When you're a big guy, when you're an in-shape guy, people treat you differently. I'm sorry. And this is not coming from a place of being conceited. I was the 120-pound kid, and I was the 215-pound guy. When you're 215 pounds, when I go to order a drink at the bar, the bartender doesn't ignore me. And girls pick up on that. You know what I'm saying? There's a respect, like a status thing. It's like you're wearing it. You are it. You know? You can drive a fancy car, but that's like external. When your body is a fancy car, you know, it's people pick up on it. Why is this stream so base? I'm just telling you as it is, man. I got nothing. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm just telling you guys my experience. I love fitness. I love every single aspect of fitness. If there's two things I love, it's vanilla World of Warcraft and fitness. And that's what we do here. How long did it take you to bulk up that much? Like 5 years? Like 5 years? I mean, I feel you, John. And to be honest, I'm very flattered when people say that I'm on steroids or whatever. I think this is a really good angle too. Like if I tilt the camera down, you know what I mean? Like you can see I'm not like massive. I have a small waist, I have broad shoulders. That creates the illusion, but like look at my chest, you know, my chest isn't like crazy, whatever. My arms are big, but they're not like ridiculously whatever. Like, it's all smoke and mirrors, bro. But thank you. Most millennials, less old Gen Z, caught the don't judge a book by its cover as kids. It took decades to unlearn it. Nobody acts like that. Just its advantage. So yeah. And you know what's really funny too? Like the stigma of like big dudes at the gym being like mean. Have you ever gone up to a big dude and asked for advice? Do it just for fun. This is like your Fight Club homework. When you go to the gym, find the biggest dude in there. And just go up to him and say, hey, I've never seen that exercise before. Do you mind helping? Like, do you mind showing me how to do it? That motherfucker will ride that high for months, dude. Hey, man, I noticed you have really big arms, and I saw you doing whatever. Could you help me do it? That dude will drop everything and explain everything with a smile on his face. I dated a lot, not as casual, and in my opinion, it's when they mention their lust for you. Voice, body hair versus how much they mention your likes, your humor, your wife. I'm gonna come from an age guy. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is the things attached to the boobs can be really mean sometimes. I want to play a little bit. Oh, I don't have trinket. You guys got me distracted, taking fights without trinket. Gym bro stereotypes are far off, and really at least most stereotypes are. Again, when it comes to getting girls in the gym, I just think a lot of people take it too far, right? Like a lot of people, yes, there is absolutely a correlation between muscles and attraction. Nobody can fucking deny that. But there's diminishing returns. And at a certain point, the bigger you get really isn't going to increase the quality of women or the ease at which you can attract them. It's just going to make dudes kind of be impressed. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I would rather have a full head of hair and working balls than dudes tell me that I look big. Like once you realize like, okay, I can attract the women that I want to, you're good. As far as, what else? Then you can really just start focusing on what you want. And anybody says that like, oh, I don't care what girls think, is usually coping. So we all definitely care what girls think. So it's really nice to just know like, okay, well, when I want to get laid, I can get laid. Or when I find a girl that I really like, I'm gonna have a decent chance. It's a nice feeling. Anybody who says that they don't want that feeling, I think, is lying to themselves. But you don't need to put a needle in your butt to do that. You just have to be patient and do the work. Yo, what up, JM? Couldn't do TBC Classic again. Tried out retail. It's kind of fun. I've heard good things about retail. Have you played Turtle, JM? I'd recommend Turtle. I really, really would. A big ass update coming out in like 3 days. Dude's getting mauled. This is brutal, bro. I want to, but I hate to put the work in to have it shut down or whatever I'm going. I feel you, I guess, but if you enjoy the process, I think it's worth. Try not to get too attached to the outcome and enjoy the process. Similar with lifting. Oh my god, look at that correlation. Did you see that the next gen's gym membership average is over 70%? Yeah, I believe it. Who doesn't want to be jacked? It's like that Wolf of Wall Street thing. I've been a rich man and I've been a poor man and I choose rich. I've been a skinny man and I've been a jacked man and I choose jacked every fucking time. Yeah, exactly, Infernal. I was gonna say that, but I didn't know how to word it. I mean, none of this shit's permanent. I have a friend who says that a lot too. He's like, I play this game because I treat my characters like trophies. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know, like, I want to show off my characters. I was like, dude, who gives a fuck? I deleted a Thunder Fury. I don't give a, like, to me, that doesn't make any sense. This is all just temporary. I consider Classic Plus, but if the rumors are true, it'll be all over the place. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna do it for sure. But it's gonna have bots and gold buyers and shit, so. Cannot kill a Shadow Priest, but I'm bored. We had a good little 1v1 going there. I played Classic in 2019 when they forced you to pay a bribe to play TBC, keep your character on character, that reset half the progress. Yes. Yeah. I mean, Blizzard only cares about selling the boost and selling housing cosmetics. And don't get me wrong, Turtle has a shop too, right? But I just feel like it's not nearly as egregious. You're not paying a sub fee, it's mostly cosmetic. What's up, guys? I think I'm only gonna QAB, by the way. I'm not really enjoying Altaric Valley right now. Good question. Do you take any rest days in between your workouts? If so, why? Yes. So I do what's called an asynchronous split, which is a really nerdy way of saying I don't plan like Monday's my chest day, Tuesday's my back day, Wednesday's my rest day. I do a 4-day split. I would not recommend this for most people. It just works really well for me. I do chest, try, chest, try, back, bi, shoulders, traps, abs, and then legs. And sometimes I'll do abs on legs if my shoulders, traps, ab day wasn't good. I'll do abs on legs too. And then I just repeat. So chest, try, back, bi, shoulders, traps, legs, abs, chest, try, back, bi, shoulders, traps, abs, legs. Like I just cycle through those. That way, I'm always resting 72 hours minimum between, even if I work out 50 days in a row, my chest is resting for 3 days. So even though my chest is sore, I can still hit back and bi, right? And then I just take rest days. Honestly, I take rest days mostly when like school or work becomes soda. Thank you very much, brother. Damn, dude, we're getting close. I take rest days when I need it. I don't plan them. So like some days I really only can sleep for 5 hours. So I'll take a rest day. Or some days, you know, like last week I hit a new squat PR and I just couldn't I couldn't stand. I couldn't stand. So the idea of like, I don't know, I felt like I kind of earned that recovery day. Just my mentality, we said this at the beginning of the stream, my mentality with rest days is take a rest day, don't take an excuse day. You know what I'm saying? Don't take an excuse day because the Lakers are playing the Nuggets and you really want to watch, right? Don't take an excuse day because fucking blah, blah, blah. Like, if you need it, you need it, take it. And your body will tell you, as corny as that sounds, your body will tell you when you need a rest day. Your brain will give you an excuse to take a rest day. But your body will tell you, hey bro, let's just fucking chill and eat today. You need it. Does that make sense? So, I don't plan my rest days. I've never planned my rest days. I think that just invites excuses. Blizzard also deliberately does not crack down on the secondary market for gold, which means all zones are swarmed with Indonesian gold farmers. You can't make any money as a player. You have to buy gold. This is incredibly normalized. There's social pressure to do so. You are the asshole if you don't. Very bleak. Just play turtle. You took the words out of my mouth. I couldn't say it better myself. Then you add into that the competitive aspect of like TBC, and you need your Storm Strike, you know, you need those fucking engineering stealth goggles, and you're competing with people who are swiping, so yeah, you're at a disadvantage unless you swipe. That is my main reason for playing Turtle WoW. Honest to God. I love that they ban gold buyers, and I love that there are no bots. Everything else is just gravy. When I look at this gold in this bag, it's like, nice, this matters, and I earned this. That's a big component for me. And that's why I'm a little worried about Classic Plus, because no matter how good they make Classic Plus, if it's just all about swiping your credit card, then like, man, fuck. That sucks. Why not abs every day? You should treat abs like you would treat any other muscle group. So you need progressive overload. So volume's good, but if you actually want to increase the thickness, you have to have progressive overload. So more reps, lower eccentrics, higher weight on things like weighted crunches. Don't overcomplicate abs. Treat abs the same way you would treat your bicep. Make them stronger over time. The difference is you're only going to see your abs when you're at a low body fat. So it can be a little disheartening to like, oh, my weighted crunches are going up, but I don't see my abs. But it's like, yeah, but it's because you're bulking and you're increasing your body fat. The abs are there, they're just underneath the fat. So you're growing them while you're bulking, and then when you cut, you get to see them. So it's real, it's the epitome of delayed gratification, right? I'm gonna do all this work and I'm not gonna see them, you know? When my bench goes up, my chest gets bigger. When my weighted crunches go up, I don't see shit. Well, I'm not gonna do that. And then you don't train abs. Is alchemy and herbalism still really good on Ambershire? Yeah. I mean, I don't know about alchemy, but herbalism's great. It's just as good as every other gathering profession. Personally, I don't think professions are a very lucrative way to make money. I think it's just like steady, reliable, foreseeable, measurable income. But if you're trying to get fucking rich off alchemy and herbalism, I don't really think it's gonna happen. You need to have a little bit more of a nuanced, lucrative, borderline secret approach. I mean, I got some secrets for making gold, and I wish I could tell everybody, but you know, there's like 2 or 3 in particular that I do that are just really lucrative, but they wouldn't be if 5 other people were doing them. They wouldn't be, so you kind of have to like, it's not very helpful advice, but like you have to figure out how to make gold on your own and then just fucking pray that nobody else does what you're doing. I love being actually able to farm gold in innovative ways and not delete all my time because I'm competing with literal slave labor. Another advantage of private servers, it stimulates the barrier to entry to WoW had in the 2000s. Most people didn't know how to work a PC. Most people today still don't know how to download a private server, even with a launcher. Yep. That blows my mind too. So many people are like, oh, I'd play Turtle, but I don't know how to download it. It's like, bro, what? It's like 8 clicks. I agree. I'm the biggest Turtle fanboy I know, bro. I'm the biggest Turtle fanboy I know. I mean, look, it's late at night and there's 1,800 people on. It's chill. I would consider that to be alive. Yeah, just Google it. Works on my machine. I want to make good gold when I'm on a call or passing time. Play a paladin or a mage. And just go AoE as much shit as you can. Would be my advice. Great advice to users for more subs. Hey, thank you, Vaughn. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be consistent. Yeah, I mean, I have a couple. Like I was saying, I have like 2 or 3 really nice gold farms that I do right now because I can't play all day, so I can't really afford to just sit here and grind. As much as I love it, I love grinding, but I have like a couple little tricks. And it should only get better with BWL. A lot of people are gonna need a certain protection pot for Nefarian. A pot that is not used for any boss right now, but it is very useful on Nefarian. And I have a decent stockpile ready to go. And that is all I will say on that. My home server in 2007 had 2,500 people on it at peak times. You wanted to be small number of people big enough to it. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I like mega servers. I do. I'm not a fan of layers, and I like mega servers. I get why people don't, for sure. I see the argument on both sides, absolutely. But when I walk into Stormwind, I want it to be like, you know what I mean? I want to see everybody. When I see my buddies in Goldshire, I want to walk into Goldshire and see my buddy. I don't want to whisper him, hey, what layer are you on? Invite me, and blah, blah, blah. And then have everybody phase out and phase it. No. I'm not about that shit. I want everybody to be there. I don't care if it makes questing a little slower. I don't care if it makes mining a little bit more difficult. I want to see my boys. Maybe Infernal. Maybe. Yes, Nostarius was my favorite WoW has ever been, low-key. Nostarius was, to me, peak World of Warcraft. People hung out in Ironforge, bro. There was no world buff meta. There was no world buff meta. People hung out in Ironforge because the flight to Blackrock Mountain was shorter. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. It was awesome. It was so awesome. Nighty Wow, welcome back, brother. I only like layers when there's too many people leveling in one spot. Again, I mean, I see that argument, but I don't know. I think it's kind of healthy to have a little competition on mobs. Is it frustrating? Yeah, I guess. Maybe. If you're impatient, but like, if I got Breaking Bad on my second monitor and a cup of coffee, okay, fine. I can wait 10 minutes for kobolds to respawn. It's no biggie. Mega servers are fine. I need the capital to be packed. That's an MMO, exactly. You guys remember your first time walking into Stormwind? I remember my first time walking into Stormwind and just seeing, like, oh my god, like, what all these classes can do. Seeing the guy in fucking sick plate gear. In my brain, there's this memory of a gnome sitting on his dread steed with the fell guard, the axe, and just being like, that is the coolest fucking guy ever. I want that. I want that. If there was a server like Turtle with the same population, no cash shop, and no custom content, pure vanilla, I could probably play that. The only reason I don't play like Era or Blizzard server is because I fucking hate gold buying. I hate bots and I hate gold buying so much. It just ruins the game for me. Nostarius was really good about banning bots and gold buyers too, and there was no custom content. So if, like, I love Turtle, and the custom content's fine, whatever. But like, I don't need transmog. I don't need more raids. I don't need any of that shit. I just need gold to mean something. Just walking through the bridge and seeing those giant statues at the end of it was Marcus Johnson, coolest looking dude I saw as a noob. Marcus Johnson. I don't know who that is, but I know the statues you're talking about. Damn, it's bright. Why is that snow so bright? I'm getting snowblind in Altered Valley. What up, WoW? How long you been working out for? Seriously, for about 4 or 5 years. If you open a ticket, Eternal GM responds in 45 seconds. Yep. I'm friends with a GM on Discord, and some of the shit he tells me is insane about the lengths they go to keep this server balanced. They monitor everything, bro. They are on it. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know I've told this story before, but it was, I was at my buddy's house. I must have been in like 3rd grade or something. I Am Legend had just come out. I don't know why that sticks out, but I remember I Am Legend just came out. I think I had just gotten back from I Am Legend with my buddy. And we were playing Legos in his living room, playing with little Lego minifigures. And his dad was like a huge nerd, right? And we were sneaking into his dad's room because his dad had all the cool minifigures. So we're sneaking into his dad's room to get the cool Lego minifigures. And his dad is playing WoW. And he's playing like a level 10 Night Elf Hunter in Darkshore. And he's taming a wolf, or one of those black saber tigers. And he's doing this. And the hearts are popping up. And I remember just like watching him do that, right? Like, whoa, what's that? And then I saw it ding, the gold level up thingy. And then it went by his side. And then I saw him sick it on something and like use it to fight. And I just had this moment of like, oh, I don't want to play Legos anymore. That is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. That he tamed this animal and now it's fighting with him. That was when my brain was like, oh, fuck Legos. That's what I want to do. So I went home and I downloaded it on my shitty little family PC. I downloaded the trial. And this was back when the trial was 10 days. It wasn't like a limit. So I don't know how it is now, but they made it at one point where like you can get to level 20 or something. Back then you could go as far as you wanted. You just couldn't trade. You couldn't invite people to groups. You couldn't whisper people. It's crazy, I remember this. You couldn't whisper people that weren't on your friends list. And you only had 10 days, and then your account would get locked. So I just made trial account after trial account after trial account for like 2 years because my mom we couldn't afford a sub. And then I believe it was 8th grade, my grandma sent me one of those little prepaid like 12-month sub cards, and it was like a 3-pack. It had Vanilla, BC, and Wrath of the Lich King. Ugh. I got that, and I got Modern Warfare 2. That was probably the best. I peaked. That was the best life ever was 7th grade with Wrath of the Lich King and Modern Warfare 2. That was as good as I've been chasing that high ever since. Ugh. Yeah, I can, Infernal. If I ever get out of this fucking BG. What's your name? You know I got you, bro. hook you up, dude. Alright, I gotta lock in. Let's get out of this game. You guys got me yapping too much. I would play Ambershire. Nordinar is going to be a bit of a carry fest until you get to like AQ40. You'll be able to do more content faster, but like it's not going to be as much of a challenge. And if you even try to PvP, you're going to get fucking mopped. Because everybody you PvP against is going to be like full tier 3 nukes, whatever. But on Ambershire, like I'm in tier 1 and I'm a Giga Chad. So like the raids are going to be a little bit more difficult, but I think it's a lot more fun. And on Nordinar, there's so much gold. I know multiple people that are gold capped on Nordinar. So on this server, if you got 1,000 gold, you're loaded. If you just like raid logging as a boomer, Nordinar is great. Yeah. Well said. I mean, I have 460s on Nordinar. Sorry, I have 460s on Ambershire, and I have every class max level on Nordinar. Well, except my warrior, right? I have every class max level on Nordinar, and I don't want to put. I mean, unless you're trying to do like Terra 40. Oh my god! An hour and 8 minutes we were in this bitch. Holy shit! They're just different. But I would do Ambershire. Fresh is fun. This server came out in August, so it's still relatively new. BWL comes out next week, so it's a good time to start. In my humble opinion. Oh my god, brutal. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get some more coffee, get some juice, and use the restroom. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for kicking it. Oh, I need that. Wait. It's actually clutch. Alright. Telebeam Master Race. If Telebeam had more players, I would like it. I have 260s on Telebeam too. You know the best part about living alone is I can just drink shit straight out of the container and nobody can tell me shit. All right. What do we need? Oh, it's so annoying when people put one at a time up, so you have to go through the pages like this. Jesus. Just let me buy a stack, man. I know it's wow, average wait time an hour and 1 minute, and we get it in a minute. Okay. Hell yeah. Living alone is such a vibe. It gives me the most random shit. Sometimes I just stare at the ceiling for an hour just as I can. Yeah, dude. I pay this rent. I can do whatever I want. Alright, what are we doing? Someone soul stun me, that's clogged. I love this raptor, dude. I fucking love this raptor. No, I got you. That goes for anybody in here. If you make a new character on this server, hit me up. I will happily help you out. Do not hesitate. Are you guys cloak showers or non-cloak showers? Holy shit. Why are you all here?
Hi.
Hello. Oh. No cloak? Yeah, I'm a no cloak guy myself. No cloak? A lot of no cloakers. Depends if the drift fits. Pragmatic. Good answer. Human male with cloak and longsword enjoyer. That was infinitely more fun than it's right now. Jesus Christ, that's loud. I had more fun in that 30 seconds than I did in that entire hour AV that we played. I'm just not an AV enjoyer. My stance is like flipped. AB, Arathi Basin, is the GOAT. I'll die on this hill. It's the most fun. I hated Warsong, and I used to like Alterac Valley, but they flopped. Now I hate Alterac Valley, and I actually like Warsong. You're a no helm guy? Oh, hell no, bro. You gotta show the helmet. Gotta show the helmet. I'm not sure. I think it's all servers. I know it's Ambershire, but I'm actually not sure about that. Also, guys, the gym opens at 4 a.m., so go for a little while longer, a couple more games. But weekends, the gym opens at 6. Weekdays, it opens at 4, and I like to be there right when it opens, so. I love this guy's build. Is that how it works, Nighty? Makes sense. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys are here. I'm gonna stream the new, I'm gonna stream that new Battleground. Dude, do we not have a healer? Uh-oh. 3 shamans and a priest. Oh, fuck. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, it's supposed to be like Eye of the Storm, I heard. Seems pretty neat. We're dead. Not. Well, I went better than I thought. Yeah, it's supposed to be like Eye of the Storm, like the little bases in fucking Thousand Needles. Priests are gonna have a really good time. It's gonna be a mind control fest. What up, Matthias? I'm excited to level a new tune. I want to test the new content, probably tank Druid, just don't know which server. I would play Ambershire. It's fresh. BWL is coming out. Nordinar, there's more content, but you're dealing with people that are going to be like full tier 3 with millions of gold. So. Oh, it's my favorite song right now. Hold up. Alright, we're going loud, chat. I'm sorry. Born too late to explore the world. Born too early to explore space. Born just in time to get jacked and execute motherfuckers in a rocky basin. Isn't that good? Isn't that good, bro? This is the type of shit I work out to. I'm gonna listen to this exact playlist at the gym. I don't even know what you would classify this type of music as. Woo! Fuck, that's good. Oh. Bruh. We're no healers, we're doing alright. Yeah, Matthias, I would play on Amber 100%. 100%, bro. And send me a message. I'll help you out. I'll throw you some gold. Oh, I actually need this for my Tabard. No! Fuck. I needed that. Why can't I hit him? That was really weird. Oh, I have Soulstone. Whoever gave me that Soulstone, you're a fucking G's. I know it was one of you guys. Are you gonna make a TWoW 500 kill series? Probably not. I think those videos... I might do something a little similar, maybe, but I don't want to muddy up what I did. I think what I did was really nice, and I'm just very proud of them, and I kind of just want to let them be what they are. They still get a lot of views, if you guys can believe it. I still get ad revenue from those. It's very weird. Whenever like a fresh server comes out, or like classic re-releases, I notice my PayPal balance goes up because people still watch those. And I don't want to make them just to make them, you know. I want them to be, I don't know. I like what they are. What up, Lars? Welcome back, bro. Tabard? Is it Tabard or Tabard? I've been saying it's Tabard, isn't it? I don't know why I say Tabard. I've seen it written more than I've heard it spoken. I'm pissed though. I want my Iraqi Tabard. Like, isn't that fire? That was you, Mars? You got me an honorable kill there. That you make me want to level a lock just to soulstone myself in between games. Is that cheating? I don't want to do that. Geronimo! From the top ropes! Tabar's the way that you... Maybe that's where I got it from. Maybe I heard it from, like, Monkey News or something. We used to soulstone our two most geared gnome mages and send them in BGs, then respawn and blast wave sapper. Oh, I need to get my sappers. Thank you for reminding me. That's just a geared difference. There's really nothing you can do there. The Sunders were questionable. I would never Sunder there. Maybe he was playing Fury. That was fun. Is this guy hit capped? This dude has like no hit. This guy literally doesn't have a single piece of hit gear. I'm like flabbergasted. I'd be so scared to tank with this. My dungeon group popped off for storm route. Yo, take it easy, PM. Good luck. Honestly, guys, I don't really want to sit in queue. I'll be real. So I might call it here. Tomorrow, I think, is a B. I'm not sure. But I'll stream tomorrow, regardless. But I think I'm gonna chill for a little bit. Might go play a game of Counter-Strike with the boys. Yeah, good stream though. A lot of yapping. The first like hour, I feel like I barely even played WoW. I think we just kind of like talked, which was really nice. But but yeah, I'll try to be here tomorrow around the same time. So if you guys are down, I'll see you then. I appreciate you guys kicking it with me for real. Pleasure as always. So bad at goodbyes. So thanks for being here. Have a fantastic night. Appreciate you kicking it. Thank you guys preemptively for 10,000 subs. My name's Barack Gage, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, fellas.